This is Man United. This is Man United. We're not Mickey Mouse.
Get out. Get out the club. Get out. Go.
Get the fuck out of our club.
What's your message to the Glazers?
Absolutely get out of this club because we don't need you. You're a pathetic bunch of owners. You suck this club dry and all you do is just take. We don't need it anymore. We need to be back on the pinnacle of the Premier League. We need to be. You can tell, look, they've painted the fucking stadium there. Sorry about my language, but they've painted it. You can see the difference of red. That's not going to cut it.
The Glazers need to go. They need to go full stop. They're destroying our football club, you know, and 76,000 United fans come here every week supporting the team, you know, and they don't care. They don't care. I mean, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson, you know, always said there's no value in the market, you know, covering for him, and I think these last 10 years have just shown, you know, something needs to change.
I think they need to go. I'm supporting this club since 1975, and I've never seen it as bad in terms of investment and resentment towards the owners. I mean, I remember when Louis Edwards had it, and when Martin Edwards had it, and you know, I remember reading Ferguson's book, and we didn't sign Desai and players like that, but the recruitment has just been terrible, and they've just put people in positions of recruitment that just aren't good enough for the size of this club.
You can't just dip your toe in whenever you want. You've got to have a regime where the fans have got to have a say. At the end of the day, fans come here, they work 50, 60 hours just to come and watch United play, and to watch them lose, it's not good enough. You just got to look at it and go, right, if the fans are paying good money, we need to give something back. Make sure the team is playing well, make sure the infrastructure is going well, make sure the training ground is actually top quality. The reason players are not coming is because they can see that the owners are sucking this place dry, and enough's enough. And you'll see today, when this protest happens, it's going to be big.
I only remember United winning one league, the last league with Ferguson. That's the only time I remember. I watched him like coming over here with season tickets, whatever, and just average. I've never seen him win anything. Seen him win the Europa League, the FA Cup. I remember we won the Europa League, FA Cup. I thought it was unbelievable because I obviously haven't seen him win it. He was like, nah, that's nothing. Like, but now do anything for Europa League and FA Cup. Like.
Take a Carabao Cup now.
I'm Joel Glazer now.
Pardon? Yeah.
I'm Joel Glazer. What do you say to me?
Sell Manchester United. I mean, you made a lot of money. You can make a lot more money, but never selling the club. Because don't forget what they ever did. They borrowed money. They never put any of their money in. They borrowed the money to buy the club on extortionate interest rates, and that's why the club got Mill to pay for these interest rates. The debt's still there. The debt's never gone down. If anything, it might have slightly gone up. Well, I must say slightly, a couple hundred million slightly. But the debt is still there from the day they bought it, and it's never ever diminished. And I don't know. You said nothing's going to progress in this club until they go.
Some people say, usually rival fans, sometimes people in the media, that, well, if you look at it, they spend a lot of money on transfers. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, well, where's that transfer budget coming from? Because it's definitely not coming from them. How can you take dividends out at the end of the season? We've just finished 6th. You're paying yourself 10 million. Come on. We're struggling in the transfer market. All of a sudden, you've gone from Rabiot to Arnautovic, and all of a sudden, Casemiro turns up. You've got Anthony who's waiting on the list. The money's been there. Spend the money on the club. The club deserves more than this. Arnautovic and Rabiot is not going to cut it. We could see right through it, and by getting Casemiro, yes, he's an upgrade, but we need more. We need more going forward, because you can't. It's not acceptable to lose 2 games on the bounce. This is a tough game, and they need to stand up. The players, they pay big wages here, and the fans, all they demand is hard work, graft, and effort, and that's all we want. Just put some effort in.
Well, they are spending a lot of money on transfers. They're spending a lot of money on average players and inflated wages. The problem I see is that what's underneath that is what I call the middle management or recruitment. And you look at what Liverpool have done with their recruitment. You look at Chelsea with all the upheaval in Chelsea, and different managers still managed to get the recruitment right. You look what Daniel Levy's done at Spurs. So
and it's all a lot of shit as well. That they just, like, people are saying, oh yeah, we signed Casemiro, all that. Like, but that doesn't mean anything. They took 24 million from us last month to pump into their NFL teams. That's the only reason they're involved in this club, just to pump money into their NFL teams.
Plus, the fact too is Gary Neville says that place is falling down. stadium, and also the training ground is not up to scratch.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the big issue I have. It's not just the signings; it's the whole football club.
And they're spending, and every player is on like 100k plus a week. Sure, Phil Jones played like 4 games and he's on 100 grand for the last 5 years. It's not like you're paying these players massive wages, just sit there on the bench happily. And like we were at the Brighton game 2 weeks ago and we had to watch that shit. Like actual United fans watching that, it's disgraceful. And people are like, it's grand, oh yeah, other clubs being able to be like, oh yeah, you're pumping money into the team or whatever, but no, they're not really. Like there's only just to please us for a season. Signed Rafael Varane and Sancho last season, we were all happy to start the season. By October it's an absolute shit show again. It's the same thing, they have to go.
He's spending money on buying old players for starters, so that's wasted money, isn't it? And we're buying players that are doing like 2 positions. He needs to be getting rid of people like, sadly, Maguire. And I love Ronaldo, but it's time for him to go. There'd be a lot more money to spend out there if those were gone. Does that make sense? Yeah. Completely.
Is it their money?
The Glazers' money? Well, they're putting it in their pocket. What are they taking out of this club? I don't know. What are they taking? 80 million, like, whenever they fucking feel like it? So, it should be our money. It should be the club's money. But they're spending our money. There you go.
This has been going on for a while now. I mean, you say we're Manchester City, we're Liverpool there, we were up there, and we have not done anything now since the last time we won the league with Alex Ferguson. Okay, when Mourinho came in, nobody liked the football he played, but as long as he's winning, United fans will put up with it. So the day we start winning things, that's the day Mourinho will go. And Tony Mourinho's got a self-disrupt button, hasn't he? And he pressed that himself. But things have not been right at all since then. I mean, there's no vision for the club. I mean, we've got some fabulous young players at the moment. I mean, we just won the Youth Cup, so we've got some fabulous players coming in. And I was hoping we'd have a second team, like we did when what do you call it, 92, the class of 92 came in. We'd have a team full of kids. We had Schmeichel, Keaton, they had experienced players dotted all around there, and they fed them in. And I was hoping that's what was going to happen over the next couple of years. Because let's get it on, it's going to take that long. At least, well, like I said, you're going to put 3 years to make this right. He's looking now near the 5. But at least they're starting to put some money. The way this club will only survive is by putting experienced players in and bringing some of them kids through. We've got some like Garnacho, players like that. We've got some cracking young players coming through, but we've got to try and give them a chance.
They don't care. They're not football people. They're business people, and it you know, it really hurts. You know, there's a lot of United fans, you know, all around the world, you know, and we're just a cash cow to them, and it's not fair. You know, at the end of the day, whether we've spent money in this, that, and the other, you know, we shouldn't thank the Glazers or anyone like that. People like Richard Arnold and that, you know, on holiday talking to United fans, you know, it's just like false hope and this, that and the other, you know, and we're seeing the lack of investment in the team, and it's being shown because we're a million miles away off where we want to be. And I feel sorry for Ten Hag because I do believe we've got the right man in charge. You know, I do believe in Ten Hag. I believe he's got a good game plan in this, that and the other, but he's got to be backed. The board have got to back him. And I think the Glazers need to go. I really do think they need to go.